What's going on, everybody? Back again with another video for you guys. Today we got the Detroit Lions versus the Washington Redskins post-game analysis, recap, and thoughts video. And, one of the good things tonight was that this was one of two games on, so I was able to watch this. And let me just start off by saying, man, RG3 took a beating, man. I don't know, man. I honestly think there was something behind that. Like, the offensive line, I don't know, man. I think they put him in that line of fire, in my honest opinion. I don't know. Because as the game went on, you'll see that the protection was way better for the other two quarterbacks. Now, granted, they weren't playing against the starters, but I'm talking about just like the effort those starters were putting forth. To me, it looked like the line was, it seemed like they were letting that happen intentionally. I don't know. A lot of controversy around RG3 and his leadership and whether they like him and if he's a real quarterback and all that stuff. If you're a Washington Redskins fan, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty much all the other fans, it's obviously it's not going to be discussed as much because, you got your other hometown team to deal with. But anyways, final score was 21-17 in favor of the Redskins. It's preseason. That honestly doesn't even matter, really. Ideally, with preseason, as you guys know, it's all about letting the starters get that rust off, backups trying to get roster spots, and, people trying to potentially take starting jobs. That's pretty much what preseason is. But just like a little recap, RG3, he went 2 for 5 for 8 yards. I think he was sacked like 3 times. He got hit legitimately just laid out at least 8 times. And he also had this weird thing where he tried to scramble and he dropped the ball and then I don't know, man, he didn't land on it properly and he ended up having some shoulder injury or a concussion or something like that. So a lot of bad things for RG3 in this game. Jay Gruden was, oh man, he was mad. Put it like that. And then on the Lions side, because we got to touch upon them, he's Matt Stafford, the Lions QB, the Lions are solid at QB. Matt Stafford's not going anywhere. He was 6 of 8, had 78 yards, and they had that one touchdown. Well, no, they didn't have a touchdown. What am I saying? They had that one drive where he got them into the red zone, around the 30-ish, and they kicked a 48-yard field goal. So, but he looked good nonetheless. This game was more towards about the Redskins and RG3. He's hurt. There's no timetable on when he'll be back. As far as the other quarterbacks go, Kirk Cousins and Colt McCoy, both of those guys look pretty good to me. I mean, Kirk 8 for 12 and he had for 91 yards and had a touchdown. Colt McCoy was about to lead the team into at least a field goal, but I don't know, man. Maybe the ball was too wet or something. All these guys are just dropping balls for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, let's talk about let's go ahead and talk about the running backs situation for the Redskins. There's Matt Jones, the rookie, and he had a 24-yard rushing touchdown. I think he'll pick up some ground, and he might be the second option behind Alfred Morris this season. He looks like he's a pretty good runner. He's he's definitely a halfback dive kind of runner. He's not like a pitch runner. He's just he's like an up the middle kind of guy. North and south, if you know what I mean. And then on the line side, they have Orlovsky. He led the team to 2 TDs, but he's not going to see any time this season. As far as the Lions go, I think it's kind of set in stone on who's going to be starting for them. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the game. Again, Redskins won 21-17, and that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know if you guys watched the game. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks, and take care.